and you can make your way to the rope. Are you planning to climb it now?
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and try to get it some distance just to get away from him.
Alright, you could make it to the window this turn on a successful acrobatics check.
20.
Yes,
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You scurry up that rope and you tumble your way into the room, and you are now on the second story in this lab-like environment.
You made it.
There's currently nothing in this room aside from some furniture and
And some dead hands.
And there are 4 dead hands. 2 of them are fried, just lying about. And that will end your turn. We now move on to something that no one sees, and it's
Fuck.
and then we now move on to Fenris. It's your turn. You are on the first floor. You are standing. There's the hulking figure between you and the doorway. Skull is right next to it. There are currently 4 claws around it, and the second hand of hand is at the doorway.
How far away is the hulking figure?
It's 30 feet away in the center of the room.
That's just close enough.
I'm gonna take my kill, motherfucker.
Hold on.
If anything, you'd be
Are you
taking
gonna
his
complain
kill.
about it?
What I'm gonna do is I want to
I'm in the middle of a rage.
I want to run at the hulking figure, and I just want to throw myself into him and try and hit him into the door that Skull is holding.
Alright.
That way, you're killed.
Now,
Hey, I am the one that got him bloodied by myself by shooting a million arrows at him.
Talking about
She never actually
Wait,
saw that
you're
combat
bloody?
happen.
Oh, you got him. Cool.
Yes.
So,
I am fine.
You're-
I'm actually doing okay for once.
you can choose to make either an acrobatics displaying your dexterous ability or an athletics to display your strength as you lunge yourself into this creature.
16.
So yes,
Acrobatics.
you start sprinting towards this creature. You pile drive yourself into it. Go ahead and roll 2d4. 1 to represent your bull rush tactics, and 1 to represent it slamming into the door.
One's a 4. And 2 4s. 8.
And add your strength to 1 because it's hitting an object.
Yeah,
It's not.
my strength is just +1, so
what
9
is your
total.
9 total?
9 total.
How much damage was the second d4, the one that represented?
It was
the door?
4. They were both a 4.
He rolled max both times.
Yeah, I did. Fuck
You,
this dude up.
you bull rush this
Should've
creature.
put my
You
horns
slam
in
it
his
into
back.
the door. You hear its blood-curdling scream as it's flying against this door, but it managed to rear itself up. It looks like it's on its last legs, and its entire front half is just burnt.
Real quick, as a free action, I go fuck yourself.
No,
now-
you.
We are back at the top of the order with Skull. The creature before you looks severely damaged. There are additionally 4 hands around it.
I'm gonna try to bash it with my door.
No, but that put her full
Make
heart
your
into it.
attack
She was like, okay.
No, I can't say that. So this plus 6.
Now he's flanked.
And it's
right now,
advantage
right?
because you're still raging, remember?
Oh, and he's flanked too, right?
Go with that first one. What was the first one?
It was a 9.
Oh, it was a 9, so it would be 15. Wait, no, plus... No, the rage doesn't count until the damage.
Like, after
15.
The advantage is your
Yes, 15.
force it to hit. This will execute the creature. How do you choose to do it?
The same way I did that first hand.
You're going to keep pummeling it to
Keep
the
pummeling
ground.
it.
After your tactic of running...
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Ooh, max damage too.
Alright, after your tactic of slamming this creature into the door, it's severely burned. It looks like but it's still kicking. Skull brings up the door and slams it down onto the creature's head.
How close
Like
is this to
bone
me?
Like,
Probably covered.
narrowly misses your face. It slams down onto the creature.
You might be making
You
that Constitution roll again.
You hear the bones crunch and splatter as it slams into the
Oh,
ground.
my boots.
What?
So your shins are getting covered now.
He would have splattered all
Oh,
over
no.
me.
You're probably covered, man.
And as she brings it up the first time, there's this horrid stench as his innards are now spewing out over the place.
Its innards are
But
now out.
he continues to slam it into the ground a few more times.
Fuck yeah.
Let out a mighty roar.
Mundi, you've seen this display. It is now your turn. The current threats in the room are the 4 claw. What was your roll to hit on that?
My roll to hit?
Yeah, to hit.
To hit was, I think, a 15.
Okay, yeah, I was going to throw in an extra kill, but it wouldn't.
Yeah, it was one of my lowest rolls yet.
There are 4.
That's okay.
Yeah, because they both. There are 4 claws in the area around Skull and Fenris. There's the hand of hands at the doorway. Skull is beating the shit out of this formerly hulking beast.
Thank you for adding Skull as one of the threats that's in the room. Because I watched this happen twice, and I was just like,
Yeah, you sound like Fenris and Retoris right now.
Yeah, they found this out quickly, too.
I should have never stopped. I should have just kept going.
You should have seen him
I
rip
mean,
out fucking hyena hearts right in front of
Oh,
him.
yeah.
You literally, the first one, you just punch.
I
all the way
punched,
through,
my
right
very
behind.
first punch in front of them, I punched through the hyena, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to eat its heart. It's already halfway there.
Hey, become a part of it. There you go. So, yeah.
I didn't give you one of those
So,
sides.
what do you
Those
choose to
were
do?
more
If you want to
fucked up.
reload your crossbow, you're going to have to spend your movement or at least one of your actions to do that.
I'll
If you
do
want.
that. Yeah.
Alright.
I'll
Now,
reload.
You're able to reload your crossbow. You can either move or shoot.
I'll shoot.
What are you shooting at? There are 5 targets. 6 if you want to include the skull.
That's fair.
7 if you want to
Well,
include either of.
I haven't watched
6. 'cause
Skull
you're on
get
second.
hit once, so she's still at full health. So that's none of the.
I think the only one who's been hit so far is you.
You know it. So.
To be fair, like, once again, last time we gamed, it was the same things. Like, I didn't take any damage except from the door I was punching.
You only do damage to yourself.
I only do damage to myself.
That
Yeah.
one's by the
These things are easy
door
to
still.
hit, hard to attack. There's put a lot of them in. That's all you got.
There's one by the door still.
There's the hand of hands by the door. Retoris swung at it and left some sort of sonic effect around the creature as he made his escape around the outside of the tower.
Good job, guys. So.
He ran away.
I'll shoot it.
I climbed
Shooting
up
the
the
hand of
rope really
hands?
fast that time.
Make your attack roll.
Yeah, you didn't even use the ropes.
You're
so you
roughly
just
10 feet
jumped
away
in.
from it because you're not too far into the tower, but you are far enough that it can't attack you without moving.
Jesus Christ, the 20.
20 to hit, natural or dirty?
No, not natural.
Very dirty.
Unnatural.
Alright, well, go ahead and make your damage roll with the weapon. Whatever the weapon is, plus your dexterity.
9.
Okay. You shoot your crossbow bolt at the hand of hands, and it skewers its way through 2 of the hands, forcing it out of the group and flying outside the tower.
Yeah, I feel useful again.
So there was a total of 9.
Yeah.
You've been helping out a lot, okay?
And
I
with
think you can.
that, we now move on to the hand of hands.
hands.
The target it was going for has vanished from its blind sight, and it now will attack the closest target. It moves towards Mundi.
I'll bring it on, motherfucker.
Roll your damage for the spell.
7.
Is that all it does, or is it like
Yeah, just damage.
just 1d8, I guess?
Yep. I
Alright.
believe. Let me check. Let me double
check.
triple check. Critical lash lightning. This, no, that's only more. Whoops. Say on hit, target suffers the normal attack effects and becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of your next turn. If the target willingly moves before then, it immediately takes 1d8 thunder damage and spell.
Alright, so this mass of hands, it attempts to move towards you, Mundi, and it's suddenly a burst of sonic energy, and several of the hands just crumble and fall to the ground. You still see that there are 4 of them all attached to each other as they claw their way towards you.
I'm going to assume I did that.
And they take a swipe
Man,
at you.
so strong.
Even though you clearly saw the sonic effect after he did attack, it was all you. And now, they are taking a swipe
That
at
was
you.
really crazy.
Your AC is a 15.
Mm-hmm.
As this hand-of-hand narrowly misses you, 1 point away. And it slams against the
That's all I
wall
need.
as it tries to claw you. With that, we are now onto a Taurus. You are on the second story. You're in an empty room with furniture. The one Fenris was in before. You can hear a thunderous sound coming from across the hall.
Does it sound like my booming blade effect?
No, this is a different thunderous effect.
Um,
In fact, you did hear your effect go off,
that's
but this is a separate sound.
I'm gonna climb back down. So I imagine I have to do it.
Make another dexterity acrobatics.
Wait, no, not you. Son of a bitch. That's an @1.
Ooh. You over the edge. You felt that you had a firm grip on the rope, but suddenly you look at your hand and it's not there as you're falling out of the tower. You're now taking fall damage as you crash onto the ground.
You could be a handle.
You land on your back as you take 2 points of falling damage.
It's a very self-destructive group.
Yep. Not down to 6 health.
A lot of rope climbing
I
in
don't
this.
think I've hurt myself yet, have I? Did I?
I mean,
I
you
might
hurt
have.
yourself doing the one
That
thing
was
you're supposed
your
to be
move.
good
Yeah.
at.
You did just
I
fall.
did hurt myself playing.
I say, does it really count as movement?
Well,
No, but
did
you might be
technically
prone.
move, just not voluntarily the way you wanted it to go.
It should technically take up time, which should take movement, but
We'll say
That's
that make a Constitution saving throw to see if you are prone.
That's a positive, Captain. I'm prone. That's 5.
Oh yeah, you need to beat a 10. Yeah, you
Like a 7, but-
you land on the ground and you feel the pain, but at the moment you can't take a move or an action. You're just kind of laying there on the ground. You're currently roughly 20 feet from the door.
Can I stand or?
No, you're prone. You'll get a chance to stand on your next turn.
I see.
Now we move on to the other thing. It's still in that same spot. No, it moves.
So it sounds like my character in game just herniated 3 inches discs.
No!
You gotta bring your character into
It
reality.
Too
doesn't
meta!
matter what world, what continuity, doesn't matter at all. Your back's going to be in horrible amounts of pain.
Yep. Poor guy.
quick, we need to find a fantasy chiropractic.
I think at this stage of medical advancement, it'd be bloodletting.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, that's not gonna help much.
Who is currently on the second story?
Nobody.
left the second story.
He fell. I'm on the first floor now because I went down the
Okay.
stairs, so nobody's
so
on
then
the
we
second.
move on to Fenris. You're on the first story. You successfully did a combo wombo to take out the beast, and you are standing in the center of the room. There are 4 claws on the ground at your feet, and there's a small hand of hands over by Mundi.
More like a worm of hands.
Money.
I'm gonna pull out a hand axe and I'll attack one of the hands that's near me. I'm gonna start chopping.
Fucking just meant for that job.
All right, make your attack roll.
This is an Evil Dead, okay? I didn't cut it off myself. 17.
Somebody had to
Yes,
cut it off.
you easily hit a nearby hand. Go ahead and roll your weapon damage.
6.
I'm watching that tonight.
Which one?
We check and see my
Good one.
fan's still facing forward.
One of the you slice one of the hands in half.
Is it
There are
tilted
still
in?
3 more.
But it's
and-
still facing for the most
Yeah.
part towards
Even though
me.
you still
Okay,
have a move
that's fine.
action, if you were to move, it would
Thank you.
pose an attack of opportunity from one of them.
I'm good where I'm at. I'll be fine.
Okay.
And 2.
You choose to stand your ground. Skull, it is now your turn.
Oh,
There are 3
darkness.
claws around your feet, and there's the claws.
Yeah.
The hand of hands over by
Marathon.
Mundi.
You could watch
Your
a
opponent's
new remake as well. It's
pace.
actually good.
I'm gonna smash another
I was-
hand.
Alright.
I don't know how many
Yeah.
hands. Are they grouped
There's 3
together?
around you, but they're not in a group.
Oh.
I'll say they wouldn't
the
be
one's just,
close
like,
enough
so
to
much
me,
more
2 of them close enough
serious,
together to
but,
get
like,
able to
As
Go
a
at the same time,
horror film,
really.
it's really good.
Yeah,
I was
they're
pretty much
all
right.
like within 5 feet of you, but in separate spots. You could
It doesn't
potentially hit
quite
2 of
follow
them.
like the same vein, but like
How well did you do?
Not very.
actually,
You slam the door on the
Hey.
I
ground.
was pleasantly
Let me do the maths.
Oh.
Oh, I have an advantage still. Never mind.
Oh, still raging, so yes.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely not using that one though. So 13.
It made me so excited for like another one, and it has.
Yeah, check that.
Okay, you weren't able to hit 2, but you
Yeah,
are still
that's
able to
what
hit
you're
one of them.
That's good.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
So that.
Actually, you know, using the door on a single target, it's auto dead because of its problem.
It's never gonna happen.
So you bring the door down on one of the claws, and the fizzling sound is it's gone. There are 2 more at your feet. And we are now back to the second story where the
God, boys, keep up.
we are back to the second
We were
story
contemplating Evil Dead.
where the hands are still distracted by the Thunder's Town.
But I keep making more every time I slam that door
it fades
down.
away, unless you take
More
damage,
hands?
which would end the
Split
spell.
the banana.
No, I another hand.
That creature's out of
And I slammed the door
initiative.
again, so it made more noise.
Mundy, it is your
That's
turn.
fine.
There are
Get
2
them all in
claws in
one
the
place,
center of the
just
room
keep
and,
them in the
a
same
claw
place.
hand-to-hands right next to you.
I'll attack the hand to hands again because
How are you attacking
It's
it?
gonna keep drawing them to you.
You're gonna reload
you
and
just
shoot?
Keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And keep killing them. You'll be
Make
fine.
your attack roll. There are roughly 4 hands in this mob now.
Oh, it's not a 1. So how much better? No, it's not a 1, so it is much better. It's 5. So
Now you shoot through and they wiggle their way around the bolts.
but it's still not a 1. So
Still not a 1.
look, something horrible didn't happen to me.
That is not good news for you
No.
because they don't have to move and now they can attack you twice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. They swing the first time and you shimmy to the side and it misses. And then they swing their second time and they do even worse. They try to sweep you off your feet, but you just jump right over it.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen like that.
I saw that.
Retoris, it is now your turn. You will need to spend
Half
action
movement.
standing.
An action. That costs half movement.
Oh, half movement? Yeah, we can go with half movement. You have to spend half your movement to stand up.
Alright, I'll spend half my movement to stand up. So now I have 15 movement. How far away is the group of 4 hands?
You are 15 feet from the door, but if you move all the way, you can see it.
Is what it'd be. Oh, alright.
They are 10 feet within, so if you move 15 feet, you'd be within 15 feet of the hand of hands.
Then I will move that 15 feet and then use lightning order to move them back 10 feet.
Alright. They're going to make their strength saving throw versus your DC 12.
Get your pencil out of your freaking beard.
He's using it for what it was always meant to be.
They just narrowly fail the saving throw. Go ahead and roll your damage to see how well you do against this thing.
That's 2.
2 damage. You pull one hand out of the cluster,
And high five it.
and it's just it's electrocuted to death, and it falls to the ground.
So does the main group stay where it is?
The other 3 are still there. They're still in their shape. They need at least 3 to keep form.
Like I said, they're warm.
Yeah, it's over there still.
Yeah, they need at least 3 hands to maintain their form. So, but with that, we move on to the thing on the
One.
second story. Let's see if it's going to move. It does move.
Yeah.
Anyone that can see, you're all on the first floor.
Yeah.
You can all see within it. Okay, everyone make a perception check.
But that one, how should have all of them.
Oh, well, there's a natural 20, whatever.
I got a 3, so that's 4.
What are we doing?
Perception.
11.
11.
So you got an 11, you got a nat 20, you got...
5, or no, 4.
You just choose my. Okay.
I'm concentrating
Well,
on
you have to
that
be
group of,
worried that
hands.
sometimes the filters don't let me start
Finriz,
back
what
up
is
on
your
that.
perception when you get the chance?
22.
Okay, Mundy and Finriz, you are the ones that take notice of this. You see the figure of a shadowy head with red glowing eyes peer through from the second story into the first.
That's not true.
Yo.
It's just hovering there for now, seemingly observing the situation. And with that, we are now on to Fenris. It is your turn. As I said, I don't know if you heard, but the shadowy figure appeared and said from the second story to the first. It's got the red glowing eyes, and it seems to be observing your situation.
Santa.
Additionally, there are 2 claws in the center of the room, and the hand of hands over by Mundi.
Are the 2 individual claws by me?
Yes.
I want to just flip off the figure that's the shadowy figure as I chop another hand.
Make your attack.
Cool. 16.
Yes, you will hit this another hand. Please make your damage roll.
Not a lot.
2.
This hand did not have a lot of health, and you just slice it in half. There's now
Good.
1 hand in the center of the room.
Now he's scared.
And with that, we're now back at the top of the initiative. Skull, there is 1 more hand by your feet. There is the hand of hands over by Mundi. You are not aware of any other threat in the room.
Good guy.
I smash the hand nearest me.
Make your attack roll.
Skull smash.
Oh.
Are you still raging?
Yeah.
Or is it out of turns?
No, actually, I should probably make it just in case. Oh, I got 2 19s in a row.
That's
A lot.
20.
No, it's actually probably closer to 30 now.
You bring down the door and you obliterate the hand. It's like the previous one. These things don't have a lot of health, and you have special metal. So,
I have special metal.
or there is a special spell on special metal. So yes, another hand falls, and the only threat you're aware of in this room is the hand of hands over by Mundi.
Which is only made up of 3?
Yeah.
3 at the moment.
This is a wall of hands.
Get rid of 1 more, and the other 2 will just flop onto the ground. And now we transition. How many turns are left on your cantrip?
That's a good question.
How long does it last? A minute?
A minute, yeah.
We've got 4 turns left on it.
Okay. Jesus.
Well, that when combat takes like 6 seconds. A
Yeah.
minute spell lasts for 10. So
I'm kind of
there's
surprised in 5th edition that they have rage lasting as long as you attack an enemy or don't get
As
hit.
long as you got something to be pissed off about.
I guess.
and then we
Makes
move over
sense.
to Mundi. You still have that hand.
I'll try shooting it again. I don't want to use the hammer.
It's not
You
necessarily
don't wanna break your
it's just
hammer.
there's a chance of it.
And I don't want to take that chance
Then make
until I
your
can use
attack
mending
roll.
on it. But it's still not a 1. It's an 11.
Just low enough.
I'm slowly building my way back up to a successful.
And another bolt flies past the hand of hands, and they wiggle their way out of the room. It is now their turn.
I'm just trying to intimidate it.
And once again, with no need to move, they're going to attack you twice.
Okay.
That will break your AC by 1.
Alright.
They swing the first time and hit you square in the side, dealing 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And then they're going to swing again, narrowly missing you as you learn to dodge this time.
I knew how to dodge last time, but this time I was just being stubborn.
And now we move on to Retoris.
I don't have to dodge. You're not going to hit me. Yeah.
You saw the spectator.
Hit me.
The thing in scene. Just you and Fenris. Or was it one? Who all saw the 2 people succeeded? One was
Me.
Fenris. Okay, never mind. The only threat you see are the hand of hands that Mundi is currently engaged with.
Still made of 3, yes?
Yes.
Count
He
as 1
missed
enemy.
again. Yeah, it's still 1 enemy. You do your lightning lure again and potentially get 1 or 2 based on your damage.
Fucking dick hounds.
I'm going to use... Actually, I'll use... Because if I make the attack roll, do it don't do high enough damage, it'll break apart, right?
If you do high enough, yes. Because you, it's a DA, you could potentially kill 2 of them. And that would leave with 1 remaining. If you
Alright.
kill 1, the other 2 will flop onto the ground and be individuals.
Alright, I'm going to use I'm going to move forward and use green flame blade. And that one, whenever I hit a target, I do my normal weapon damage. And then if enemies within 5 feet of me, or within 5 feet of the target, I can have that green flame jump to another enemy and do my spell modifier for damage.
Okay, well, roll your first attack.
That's an 11.
No, I'm afraid you missed. You bring your blade down, and they were a wily group, this one, apparently.
Apparently.
They dodge your attack, and unfortunately your spell fails. We now move on to the Observer, into the ceiling. Everyone can make a new perception check as it's moving.
I'm getting all the rolls I want to get when I want to hit something.
19.
Fenris?
15.
22.
Okay, the three of you see the head of this specter who was observing you, and it has just sunken back up into the floor above you, and it's gone out of sight.
Yeah.
Fenris, it is your turn. The only known enemy in the room is the Hand of Hands, having an epic battle with Mundi.
No, it's not.
I have gotten slowed down in this epic battle.
I'm assuming that I'm having an epic fight because I think I keep doing damage. But
I'm going to, real quick, collect all of my arrows out of the hulking figure.
It's kind of a pile of mush, so...
Well, I'm going to pick them up off the ground.
Well, depending on how many arrows were in it, like 4 or 5 or something?
5.
Yeah, I think 5.
Because there was the 3 that he shot when it was still up there, and then he shot it twice.
So let's find out how many broke.
Oh no.
From a door being slammed on them.
Oh no.
Repeatedly slammed on him.
I'm not sorry.
All of them.
I think this is an arrowhead. It's not. Check out.
Okay, so 2 of your arrows are broken in half. You could probably still collect the heads and make a new one. 3 of them are perfectly fine, and the necklace that the creature is wearing somehow also is fine.
Neato.
Interesting. I'm really tempted to pick up that necklace, but I don't trust it. There's been some spooky shit here, so I'm just gonna pick up my 3 arrows and then the 2 arrowheads.
Okay. Picking up your ammunition would be similar to just picking up a weapon, which can be a free action.
Okay.
Since they were right at your feet.
One of the arrows. Well, no. I'll move back towards the stairs actually,
All right, you.
and I'll just end my turn.
You're gonna take a single move, a double move.
Just a single move. I'm just gonna move to the foot of the stairs so I can kind of look up into the second floor.
You're observing that, and we move on to the top of the order. Skull, are you still raging?
Depends. Is there anything to hit?
There is one enemy in the room.
There's a hand of
Hand of
hands.
hands
still.
next to you.
I'm gonna
Mundi.
attack this hand of hands,
You
fans.
take your move action over there, and you swing at it with the
I'm
door.
trying to damage. I don't even see it coming.
A lot.
22.
Oh, to hit. I was thinking of your damage.
No,
Yeah, okay, yes.
hit it
Go
first.
ahead and roll your damage.
Aw,
Not a lot.
not a lot. Oh, actually,
Dice
hold on.
roll your +2 and your strength.
Oh shit. With the advantage, it would have been 24. But anyways, so 6.
You get your D4 +2 plus your strength.
So you rolled 1.
7.
And you die roll with a 1.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're afraid you're playing Grandmaster.
No, dude, like everybody bullies that poor fucking blackfish. Like the beta bullies that blackfish, man.
Okay, you do just enough damage to smash all 3 into the ground.
That beta would bully another fish. So.
Well, no, it's bullying a fish 4 times its size. That's what's surprising.
Is it, I'm sorry, are these hands dead? What just happened?
You were all talking about fish.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
do just enough damage to smash all 3 into the ground.
Yay!
And when you lift up the door, they're they're burnt, they're fizzling, they're motionless.
Yeah.
The only thing left in this room, aside from you guys, is the pendant in the pile of mush in the center of the room.
So I'm going to change my deity to the door.
I don't know if that counts as a deity, but
If I venerate it enough, it will.
you can worship it. All right,
At
so
the
we're out of
moment,
combat.
All is quiet.
Door is locked.
Doors.
Is my spell still going?
Unless
Just
you do
still-
something drastic over the next few seconds, it will pitter out
Can
and
I-
the sound will cease.
Can I just deactivate it? Like, it doesn't need to keep
Yeah, you
going
can
right now.
deactivate it.
I'm just gonna deactivate my spell so that I can, like, just hear normally.
The thunderous sound from above you pitters out.
My character
And
just
the
looks
room
around
falls
confused,
silent
didn't
again.
know what was going on. What?
Sorry, that was just me.
I'm gonna pull the nail out of the floor that I drove into the first hand that we killed.
Yes, that was.
Oh man.
Did you put one or two?
Good
into it?
time.
I put 2 into it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you can reclaim those 2 pikes that you used in the previous session.
There's a lot of dead hands in this room.
There are a lot of dead
You
hands,
can't really tell because they're all mush because of something. I mean,
and there's a foul stench in the center of the room.
So I'll pick up 2 hands. I think I reserved for round of applause.
yeah.
Just have everyone just side me.
Look at this guy, this joke dude. What a goof, what a gaff, what a funny guy.
James hands. With the hands that are in my.
It's easy to do because they're just flopping around all
He's just
day.
gonna keep
fish.
making hand jokes the entire time.
You gotta hand it to him.
No.
You took the easiest possible joke you could have made.
I've realized I've been getting out of hand for a while now.
So, what do you do now? The room is fallen silent.
And drink my healing potion because I'm dead.
Fenris, you are aware that there are potentially more hands somewhere in this tower.
I'm gonna turn to my compatriots here and say, I don't think we're done yet. Might be more hands upstairs, and there was also some weird, shadowy figure peeking his head through the floor.
You say this immediately after combat?
I mean, like, after a few seconds.
I need to know.
So you can still rage. I say it fairly quickly, yeah. I, like, deactivate my spell and then immediately say this stuff.
I charge upstairs, screaming.
Then Skull goes running upstairs in a rage. Anyone doing anything as a reaction to this?
I'm gonna follow him.
I'll follow him. It seems like in my best interest.
Alright.
Can I drink and follow?
Yes, you can.
I'll do that.
You pull out your wine or whatever alcohol.
Healing.
Healing potion.
Alright. Roll
I'm
your.
down to 3 HP.
I'm sorry you're the only one taking damage at the moment.
Wow, this is
Oh, you-
revenge.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, I had a bad experience with gravity a little bit ago. If you have another 2 of those, you can have Bear's Captainets.
Just got plenty of those. What are you talking about?
Come out and play.
that is improvised.
How low is your healing?
I got 7 HP back.
Now, are you yelling as you're running up the stairs?
Screaming.
Alright, you are attracting their attention. You run up to the second story, you're the first one up there, and just as you get to the top, you can see.
I blindly swing.
Well, they're on the other side of the room. but
Oh,
yeah,
it's
you
fine. No,
blindly
as soon as he
swing.
walks in the room, he blindly starts swinging. So.
You're now on the second
The
story,
gusts
you
of air
blindly
from the
swing.
door is going to knock
the
him
door.
off. It's cheater.
Who was immediately behind Skull?
That would be me.
So probably then me, then him.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw. Something's being swung in your direction.
What
He's behind me.
the hell? You're blindly swinging.
Yeah,
Those were your
forward.
exact words.
I'm not going to turn around to swing behind me.
She's going to get
Unless
this
you're
out
gonna
the
walk
stairs,
in front of me,
turn
that's
around,
your
shot
fault.
sucker,
Oh, no, I'm not walking in front
Because
of
I'm moving forward.
Do I still need to make a save?
It's a very easy check.
You say that.
So I'm just going to elbow you as I go to swing.
Like You literally have to beat a 5.
Oh,
No,
I
you
rolled
rolled
a
a
5,
five,
so I'm good. It would be a 10.
You see Skull running, and you anticipate the swing, and you step back just in time.
He's still crazy.
You know, Kung
You're now on the second story, and you
It's a
can.
different character.
So I need you to basically tell me if I would still be raging by the time I interact with the next enemy.
What causes the rage to die? Not attacking or
Not attacking an enemy and not getting hit. So if both those things happen.
No, neither thing would happen right now.
Okay.
It's going to be at least another turn before you'd be close enough to something.
My rage is going to die.
We'll sucker punch one of us.
Because
Almost.
upon getting to this second story with you yelling out loud, hands are now flowing out of the room on the far side, left side of the room.
Flowing hands.
You'd say about as many for each group of the initial hand of hands.
Well,
You'd say about 10.
There's a lot of hands in this place.
Well, there's 10 per group or 10 total?
10 total.
oh, okay. I thought you were saying like the.
No, they all flooded into one room because there was sound going off in there.
Yeah, there was.
That's much more doable now. I just have to be able to actually hit him once, and I'll feel like I really accomplished something.
They are in their form as a giant hand of hands, and they are crawling their way out of this back room.
Okay. Do we need to enter back into initiative?
We're going to just stick with the initial initiative unless you guys want to reroll.
I mean, like, I could have done better. It's fine, though.
Then we start with Skull at the top.
I'm a swing.
That's why she was good
Alright,
with it.
it will take you double movement to get to the
Yeah,
other
I'm
side.
pretty sure.
Double
people that
movement.
Yeah,
Double movement.
you're at the top. You're at the foot of the steps.
Close the door.
They're on the other side of the room.
Can I hit?
Range check.
You can throw something.
I don't want to throw my door.
Yeah.
So you have to throw the door.
That's all in my hands right now.
You can move and hold action.
Throw yourself
I'll move and hold action.
Alright, you move halfway across the room and hold your action, waiting for them to come to you. It'll take them double movement to get to you, but they will technically be within range for next turn.
Just have to read something.
Mundi, if you were heading up to the second story, then it would be your turn next.
I'll take position and I'll take a shot.
Alright, roll your hit.
I'll just leave the party pretty soon at this point.
It wasn't a one.
You have the best perception of the group. Come on.
We need you to notice things.
Yes.
Oh,
Did it take us a minute to get up there?
6.
When did you start raging? Like a minute? Is it like a minute between stuff not happening, or a minute from the start of the rage?
I have no idea. It just says rage lasts for 1 minute, so I'm guessing just as a total it lasts for 1 minute. So that would be 6 rounds?
10 rounds.
10 rounds. Ew, Jesus
You've
Christ.
been in about 8 rounds, so we could say you're still raging for 2 more.
2 more rounds? Okay.
Because just going off of his spell, that was pretty. We'll say you have 2 more.
Yeah, it
since
was
I wasn't
around the
keeping
same
track of
time.
how many rounds.
Okay.
But-
I can get 2 more then.
So, Mundi unfortunately missed, and they're out of initiative. Arturus, it is your turn. They're currently in the center of the room next to Skull,
They're next to Skull.
30 feet away from the stairs.
So I can get to melee range in one
Yes.
turn.
I don't know what you guys are laughing about, but
I was chewing on the battle caps. He was making
Oh.
fun of me. Jerk.
Alright, I want to move off to the right or left of Skull. And I'm going to try and use my lightning lure to pull them toward me and deal damage. So it would be like, then they'd end up between me and Skull.
alright, I go where you're going for. They need to make their strength saving throw, which they fail. Roll your damage to see how well your lure affects.
Kill them all.
You'll be able to kill all.
Snuck up on it. I thought he was going to roll 1 and then roll the other, and I got a 7. Yeah, that's why I was going to roll that one to
Yeah.
trick it. I did that one real fast.
You,
It's really bad when you have to
you
frickin'
pull the
hand
pile. Yeah, you pull the pile towards you, but in the end, 2 of them fly out. The hand of hands is now in between you and Skull. 2 of them were flung out of the group and fall to the ground dead.
So does that mean I gotta use my held action now?
It did move with it. It did move while you were ready in action. So yes, go ahead and.
So that's how that works? Oh, okay.
That's how we're gonna close it this time, at least.
Kill it all.
12.
19. Look. Fuck.
What was your hit?
25.
Was that a crit?
No. No, well, I don't know. Can I crit at 19 with the door?
No.
If the door's got a sharpness incantation on it.
But go ahead and roll your damage.
So 2 plus 6 plus 2. 10. Wait, did I math correctly? No, I
2
didn't.
plus your strength plus the 2 from the
4,
range.
B6,
That'll be 8.
8. I mathed wrong.
Yeah, that's cool. You just threw an extra 2 in there somewhere.
You swing your door at the massive hands, and you swipe away another 3 hands from the pile.
Wouldn't it be what 2? It would be it. Because it's a 6 base. Wait, no, you don't add your proficiency bonus into the damage. Never mind.
Yeah.
You do?
No, you don't.
You
Not
don't.
to the damage,
Okay.
just to
Yeah,
your
okay,
hit.
that's what I was doing wrong.
And yeah, so the massive hands is still there.
But they
There's
are,
about 6 of
there
them
are
in a
5.
pile at the moment.
Okay.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that your orange or your calico fish is actually trying to mate with your blackmore.
It's beating the shit out of it.
Well, they get really aggressive.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Oh.
And now we move on to Fenris.
Hopefully I'll have
There's
babies.
currently a massive hands in between Skull and Retorts.
I'm gonna.
They've taken out
Yeah.
roughly half of them at this point.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
Alright, roll your to hit.
19.
Okay, and roll your damage.
Do you want another one?
8.
Your arrow sails through the air, puncturing 2 of them and sending them out of the pile across the room.
Heck yeah.
And with that, we are now back at the top of the initiative. Skull, it is your turn.
I'm gonna drink all your.
There is now noticeably 4 hands left in this group.
I rolled another 19.
You will once again hit, depending on how much damage you might be taking that out because of.
I rolled 1 more than last time.
So you rolled 9 total? What was your.
Last time?
What was your. You rolled 8 last time, didn't you? Total?
Oh, yes, I did, so it would be 9.
So your die was a 3.
Yep.
You swing at the massive hands. 3 of them fizzle and fly off, and there is 1 that remains. It is now the Lone Claw's hand. But due to the... are there any left in the still? Can I have one?
Oh, these?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
What? Can I
Can't
have
have
one?
any of the chocolate ones for mine.
Okay,
There's normal chocolate and there's white
Can I
chocolate.
have whatever you're willing to share.
Eat the white chocolate.
But,
It has fudge on the inside.
so yes, you swing, 3 more of the hands fly off in a fizzling burn. 1 remains, but due to their evil nature, their murderous evil nature of their creation, it's still going to attack the nearest creature on its turn, which would be between the 2 of you.
Even.
Call it, and it will. One who succeeds goes to the other. So if it gets even, it goes towards the torch. It's an 8. Goes towards Retoris. The claw sweeps into the air into your direction. It will grab onto your arm and deal. Wait. Oh yeah, there's 1. No. 3 years. He's 15. Yours 15 or 14?
14.
Yeah, that's enough. And it will deal 3 points of slashing damage as it grabs onto your arm.
I am bloodied.
Bummer.
But after that, Mundi, it is your turn. The final claw in the room has just made its desperate attempt to take out Retoris. It is currently lashed onto his arm.
Better be real sure of that shot.
I'm not. I haven't been so far.
Try a melee attack. Maybe you're better with your hands.
Could I get up to it in time to do a melee attack? Or is it
It's
so
halfway
far?
across the room. You can make it there.
Alright, I'll try and whack it instead.
Alright.
Because I have no faith in my shots.
Roll to hit with your melee weapon.
And instead of just piercing arm, you shatter arm.
And
100%
you're
of the
using
shots
what
you
weapon are
take.
you using?
I only have one melee weapon.
Alright.
It's the Warhammer. Well, okay, I just need to use this dice instead because it's better. It's 18.
And just for sake, roll your damage. See if you kill it.
6, 7, 8, 8.
Yes. As you run up across the room, you bring your hammer, you swing at the creature with grace, as it seems you are much better at melee than you are at ranged combat, and the hand flies off his arm across the room, splats against the wall, and falls to the ground, motionless. As far as you're aware, there are no current threats. How do you proceed?
I perceive the area around me.